it's funny that you use the word struggle because it makes me think of the struggle sessions of the Cultural Revolution in China. And in that last video, I was talking about how haunting and terrible it is to read about the atrocities of the 20th century, and knowing that that kind of brutality at an industrial scale is always right around the corner. It is in all of us, and it's there constantly. And it's quite scary, especially when I have young kids, and it feels like that cycle is ramping up again. But of those atrocities, maybe the most scary is the Cultural Revolution, because with many of the atrocities of the 20th century, there was plausible deniability. You know, the gulags weren't right in people's faces. But with the struggle sessions and the public denunciation campaigns, everybody was infected with this mind virus of just destroying people of a certain class and showing any disloyalty to the party line. And a maniacal obsession with destroying the past. Not only were so many lives ruined during the Cultural Revolution, the fabric of Chinese history was also tattered, to be sure, with so many Buddhist tracts going into the fires and temples getting destroyed and ways of thinking being lost forever. I was reminded of the Cultural Revolution because I finally started reading The Three-Body Problem, that amazing science fiction book that's been winning so many awards for such a long time now. And the beginning is just so hauntingly sad. I should not have read it before bed. But I don't have much to say about that book because I just started it. But the one I want to recommend today is this, A Chinese Life. This is a really large and incredibly well done graphic novel by one of the key graphic novel makers of China, and his family went through the Cultural Revolution. He grew up with this stuff, and so this is him telling his family story of the time before the communists, through the Cultural Revolution, and then in through close to the modern era. So this is an opus of the entire cycle through the complete insanity of the Cultural Revolution, when everybody went insane and you were rewarded for how brutal you could be. And as you can imagine, it was the young people who paid the worst price because they could be the most brutal. Kids don't have that filter, and so adolescents do things in their adolescence at the goading of adults that they'll never forget. They commit atrocities, and at the time there's such a rush they don't realize it. So if you want to learn more about one piece of the darkness, this book, A Chinese Life, is incredibly well done. But like I said, take it slow because it's very haunting.